Hello folks and welcome, good morning. Right, if you're wondering why I'm on this wonderful Honda Super Cub, stick around after the intro and you'll see what I've been up to over the last couple of days. I will tell you, it has been the funniest trip I've ever done. I'll see you after the intro. Roll it! Yum, 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 yum.
Rick, thank you very much for showing us around. Really appreciate it.
It's been lovely to spend some time with you boys. About to start the monster up.
Keyless. Oh yeah.
Check it out.
Now boys, now switch it on.
Right. Pleasure as always. I can't wait to see you both again. See you soon. Bye bye. Ooh. Let's tighten this up before we get into trouble with it. Right, let's go. Well, that's it folks. What a brilliant day we had yesterday. It's really nice to meet you, John, for the first time. I'm sure it won't be the last. What a cracking bloke. Oh man, we've laughed. Oh man, we've laughed. And you know, I've not laughed as much as that in a long time. I'm so pleased that everything turned out right for Bruce and John up here. The weather forecast were showing us shocking. I sourced these digs on a whim. Didn't really plan a route because we knew the weather were going to be shocking, so I just thought it's my playground, so I know where I'm going. We'll just have a little zip around for a bit. As it turned out, it could not have been any better, and I genuinely think it was made better by riding these bikes together. It was just so funny, and I genuinely fell for this bike to the point, like, John's is his own bike, he bought it himself, to the point, I mean the cheapest chips, to the point that I'd quite possibly have one, just as a fun bike. They're genuinely brilliant, honestly. First of all, what a location, those digs we just stayed at, Crestbrook Hall Cottages. Stunning, absolutely stunning. The route turned out perfect. It was one of those times where the route just locked into place in terms of the loop, not really any backwards and forwards. It just I just picked off a few places in my mind that I wanted to show them, and then you know, just wangled a route. Like I said, we're cobbled together really, and it just turned out to be brilliant. The digs were fantastic, the weather was glorious, as it still is. Like I say, we had such a good time, such a laugh. Well anyway, it really was my pleasure, gents, and it was lovely to see my beloved Derbyshire through your eyes, and it refreshed my love for it, it really did, because it was nice to hear how you two were, you know, blown away by it. So thanks for that, gentlemen. Bruce and John are now heading off down to Wales to carry on the trip, the big little adventure. We did a nice hour's podcast last night as soon as we got in, as we were waiting for the taxi to pick us up, so hopefully that turned out well. But yeah, I've had a full-on top time. I've needed it, genuinely I've needed it. I know we're all in a crappy place at the moment and we're all starting to feel it, and you know, I've always been, you know, the most strong, happy, solid person really ever, always, and yeah, of late I've really been struggling down in the dumps. obviously having to reschedule all Wild Bad dues. We lost the obviously the weekend this summer, a weekender, so that's rescheduled to next year. Tickets are still on, by the way, folks. If you want to come, tickets are still there, still selling probably on a daily basis, but I'd love for you to join us on that next year. Like that, we always have a Wild Bad Christmas do, and again the place is all booked, but there's no point in even me telling you what date it is or anything, because there's no point, is there? 'Cause I'm not going to be able to do it. And these are all things that, you know, these are all things that take time and effort to plan and do. You know, you have to have a lot of things lined up, entertainment, catering, all that stuff, and then when it just gets whipped from under you, it's just so disheartening. Pecos trip, we should be going to Pecos next week, I think, as we always do, first week in October. Next week after. That's defunct now, so that's been rescheduled for next year. It's just really, really crap. So this has been a real, literal breath of fresh air this weekend. Yesterday. This trip, should I say. The Big Little Adventure. What a great time. And how much fun on these bikes. We went off-roading and everything yesterday. I can't wait for you to see the videos. There's a bit of work to do, obviously, on it, because there's three of us with three channels. We're going to each produce an episode. I'm taking the Peak District, obviously, because it's my back garden, so it's only right that I should be doing the peaks. And then we're going to release them on each, you know, respective channel. So, okay. But I don't know when that's going to be done yet, you know, so I do know it's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to get to work on it, so I can't wait for you to see that. Follow the car so I know what speed I'm doing, because I'm having to cover my speedo with the front facing camera. Lovely morning. I might even treat I might even treat the Super Cub to a breakfast at Grindleford on Sunday. Cracking pub we went to over there, a place called Litton, Litton, which is just up the road from Crestbrook, and it's just over the valley from Montsaled as well. This is where we were staying. Went to a pub called the Red Lion. Cracking food, cracking service as well. We had a really good laugh. It was nice actually seeing John, because John's from Surrey, and not used to seeing, you know, the northern way, if you like, so he found it quite funny that everyone's constantly talking to us, asking us questions, and just generally being nice, you know. Like all the people that were serving us in the pub, asking us what we've been doing, where we've been going, what bikes we're on, what we do, and I think you could see that John were a bit like, hey. But also the funniest thing was John trying to speak his best Derbyshire accent everywhere we went. Going into the petrol station going, hey up, I'm on to 6 pump. We've been laughing about that. John, you're a top man, mate. It's lovely to have met you. What a laugh, what a laugh. And this bike, oh, that's the thing, I don't know how much fuel's in. I might have to pull up and have a look. £3.50 from flashing yesterday. Flashing and really flashing as well. And I squeezed £3.50 in, and it lasts you about 100 miles. Actually, I think I'm quite low. I have to pull up and have a look, can't I? Just take off my little camera mod. Oh no, 2 bars. That'll get me home easy. That'll get me home easy, folks. No problem. It's been really lovely to ride this, you know. This was what I started on as a kid. My first motorbike was a Honda 70, a red one, burgundy red, when I was about 8 or 9, something like that. And I loved that thing. I adored it. I can see it now. I even put, I even made a special number plate for myself for the fields, because obviously I was a child and not able to ride on the road. A number plate with my initials on, private plate, obviously. But I mean, I used to. Well, that's like what I cut my teeth on. Just taking it through the field, you know, riding it through fields and forests and lanes and quarries and all sorts. Obviously, no roads. And my God, that used to take some hammer. I adored it. It's funny because I had the Honda 70. My older brother had a Honda 90. And I remember he wouldn't let me ride his, and I didn't want to ride it because I didn't know if I was ready for the power increase, so I didn't want to ride it. It's just like riding that again. You know, the engine sounds the same, everything sounds the same and feels the same. This is just a new fancy version of it. Keyless ignition, LED lights all round, £3.50 fuel tank, 100-mile range, 100 million units sold over the last 60 years. That is incredible. I think they're about 3,000 quid. Go for overtake. One of the only overtakes you can do, a tractor. It puts a smile on your face though, this does, tell you that. 4 gears, all down, semi-automatic box, heel and toe gear lever. What a really great machine. And I'm very glad that this happened kind of by accident, because the trip that they were doing is on 125s, and I've had a really busy schedule, so I've not had time to get one lined up. So I just thought, oh, I'll just do it on the Africa Twin or something. But then I just thought it's going to be boring for me because I'm going to be sitting around waiting for everything. So I contacted my friends at Honda UK and asked them for a monkey bike at the very last minute, like, can I come and collect one tomorrow kind of thing. And sadly they didn't have one. I just thought it would have been funny. Yeah, sadly we don't have one, so we can't do it, but we do have a Super Cub. We can sort your Super Cub out. And I thought, yeah, go on then, I'll have a Super Cub. And I've never really thought much about trying one again. And I'm so pleased that the monkey bike wasn't available. And it gives me a chance to play on this baby. First gear. These engines must be so tough. We have a hard paper round, don't they? Oh, I can't see. We were noticing yesterday that these Cubs have more juice, more poke than that Sinis that Bruce was riding yesterday. It'll top out about 60 mile an hour. And yeah, it's not screaming at 60. I'll show you in a minute. There's a big long straight in a minute. I'll go flat out. Yeah, this is about flat out, look. So it's not screaming at all. That's pinned open. That's probably not 60 because I've got a bit of wind. That's definitely not 60, it's probably more like 50. I've got the wind against me, so it's not helping. They weigh nothing, you can just spin them around, no problem. And like I say, well, it soaked up the off-roading lanes yesterday, no problem. Not the most comfortable thing in the world, obviously. But it did it no problem, and you know, there's no damage or anything. I think they look lovely, the wheels are lovely. Great little brakes. Oh, stood on the gear lever then. Slipped the clutch. like I can do that. That's the most fun I've had on a bike in ages. Alright folks, nearly home. Thanks very much for watching this little video this morning. Oh God. Not the most comfortable things in the world. Yeah, can't wait to get to work on this Big Little Adventure episode. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it as a whole across all our respective channels. It's going to be very, very, very funny, I guarantee. And if any of you lot laugh half as much as we have been laughing, then you're in for a good little show. It's a lovely ride home this morning. It says something when you're pulling into a 30 zone and you have to accelerate to meet it. But you know, they're so funny, and it's because we've all had three. You know, John's got his cub, and Bruce on the Sinis Apache, I think it's called. 3125s. It's just been hilarious. Three big airy arse blokes on the smallest of bikes. It's been so funny. Anyway, I'm going to get off, and I will see you soon. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, be good, be careful, and be kind. I'll see you soon.
Everybody, there's a lot of